Good evening, everyone. Welcome back again into the weekly market outlook. So I hope you all doing well and enjoying your Sunday, getting ready for the next week. And I hope last week was pretty good for all of you. Yeah, because the trade setup we have seen last week in our weekly market outlook, price was moving according to those setups. Yeah, and you know if you are into the weekly market outlook and you just have seen the trade setup during this weekly market outlook and got the idea what we need to look for into the market when market didn't open. Yeah, so what you need to do, just get back to the YouTube channel and watch the weekly market outlook again during the weekend, during the weekdays. Yeah, because some trade setup I show you which are ready and just need to take hold. Yeah, when market open, and some trade setup we need to wait for them to complete and then we trigger the trade. Yeah, so when you're gonna watch the weekly market outlook during the week, you're gonna see more trade setups over there. Yeah, which forms over there during the week. Yeah, so if you go back to the previous weekly market outlook, you're gonna see over there. Yeah, so I have shown you a couple of trade setups in the previous weekly market outlook. Some trade setup, you know, completed over there on Thursday. Some completed over there on Wednesday. Some completed over there. Some started to some trades that were ready to take on when market opened last Sunday. Yeah, so keep checking the weekly market outlook even during the weekdays. Yeah, so keep watching them again and again. So by watching the weekly market outlook or attending the weekly market outlook here in the Sunday meeting does not mean you got the complete setup which are ready to move on. Yeah, some trade setup gonna complete after 1 or 2 days and gonna be ready to take on. Yeah, so keep watching the weekly market outlook during weekdays. You're gonna get something over there from the weekly market outlook. I hope you got my idea what I want to say, and I hope you're gonna look at the weekly market outlooks even during the weekdays. Okay, so these were the hot trade setup which we were looking for in our room and even in last meeting as well. Yeah, so Euro USD, yeah, Euro USD went into a bigger correction. So I will explain that. So USD yen still hot. We are looking for this pair to sell the top. Yeah, and Euro yen, we were selling that pair from the top. No, it is developing a bigger correction at somewhere here at this area. Yeah, bigger continuation formation. So last week we were anticipating that pair to continue to the downside. Yeah, so we have seen strength on the pound pairs at the start of the week, and then within the week we have seen reversal on the pound pairs. Yeah, and I hope you fellows took some profit on the pound pairs. Those were pretty nice. So still we are having potential. Some pound pairs are showing us big potential, and some pound pairs are showing medium or short term potential. So we can look at them when we're gonna start. So Uzi yen longer term still hot to the downside, and Euro New Zealand dollar broken down. I hope some of you fellows took some profit and looking for further continuation or still holding short and looking for further entries on the Euro New Zealand dollar. Still hot for the downside, and EuroCAD as well went into a bigger correction. We were looking that pair in our room, and I will explain that pair later on, but still it is doing pretty well, pretty good. EuroCAD and gold, yeah, gold went above that wedge and went down again, so still hot for that up wave. Okay, we are still looking for that to continue to the upside. Yeah, so a I think pound Aussie dollar, I posted that. Pound chief, yeah, still gonna be hot for next week. Don't miss that move. if you're gonna see continuation, I will explain that. Yeah, so if you're gonna see for a continuation formation, big move is ahead over there on pound sheet and pound Uzi dollar, I think as well. Yeah, this one, this pair, nice trades that are gonna be over there for short term pound Uzi dollar. And this coin, look at that at the bottom. It is setting up for the move. Yeah, I had that pattern before as well. I posted that pattern on the trading view as well. I hope you have seen that pattern. This trade setup is quite similar like that. Yeah. So we'll explain that here as well. So keep eye on this coin as well. It is coming close to the bottom. Yeah, bottom where it took off that move. Yeah, so a couple of more candles can appear over there. All right, so euro yen still hot, and uh, pound cat, this trade setup has completed. That was the short-term trade setup completed. I hope you took some profit on this pair. And this euro yen still hot for the longer term to the downside. Yeah, so this is a longer term trade setup. Euro yen, we are looking, last week we were looking for continuation, so we got that continuation formation. Yeah, so I hope you fellows are already taken your shots over there. That's why I was saying that you need to go back to the weekly market outlook, and you need to look at the weekly market outlook even during the weekdays. Yeah, so this pair formed a continuation formation on 4-hour time frame and breaking down. So at the start of the previous week, we were anticipating the continuation. Yeah, so that continuation appeared over there. If you got the idea what we were talking about last week, then you must be into the sell side on this pair on 4-hour time frame. So we'll look at this pair as well. Yeah, so Bitcoin is not stopping at all. It is rising so aggressively. This trade setup has already completed as well, Bitcoin. Yeah, so these are the trade setup which were hot over there. So still hot. Some short-term trade setup completed, some longer-term trade setup still there, like Uzi yen, pound yen, and USD yen and Euro yen. These are the longer term moves, longer term waves, which we're gonna see next coming weeks. Yeah, even these waves can take months, 1 or 2 months as well. So longer term trade setup. So once we're gonna see that move is just right, uh, you know, falling, then we will look at the couple of trade setup as well over there on yen pair. So you just need to click on the charts. You're gonna get the you know the 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 idea over there. Okay, so that's not a problem. You just need to click over there. If you are not following me on the trading view and following me on the website or telegram, here are the setups. Yeah, you can follow these setups from here as well. Yeah, from recent posts. Okay, so now let's move on to the charts where we can see trade setup for next week. All right, so let's move on to the charts where we may see the trade setup for next week. So this pair, we are looking for the extension next leg. If you remember you know the 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 Japanese 225 and UK 100 index and couple of other indexes, then you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so we are looking for another leg back to that 27. So now back to that, gonna form new high. Yeah, so where you need to keep an eye at this bottom, keep an eye. See, this trade setup is quite similar like pound cat. So if you have taken that trade setup, you should just need to deal this trade setup with similar like that. All right, so it is forming the continuation formation for upside. We are in that correction, so you need to pay attention as much low when price gonna form for that trade. Okay, that is the trade. So watch the breakout. That is the wave we're gonna look for. Yeah, something like that. So first trade setup gonna be over there within that corrective move. Okay, so we have taken that trade setup. A couple of my traders have taken that trade setup and got the break-even trade. I personally got the break-even trade, but I'm looking another leg, another impulsive leg back to the 127. So let's see. So is everything fine, fellas? Do you hear me? So it looks like it is stucking. Yeah, stucking. Yeah. So let me refresh that. Okay, so this trade setup, we have already got the break-even trades. We bought this pair from the bottom at this area, yeah, and we were looking for this to continue, break above that. So price started to fall so aggressively from the bottom to the downside. Yeah, so it looks like we are having slow. Okay, so at this area, we bought that, we got the break-even trade. So we're gonna, yeah, still rising correctively. Watch this bottom, okay? That is your first trade, similar like that one. So watch that breakout. If this breakout is going to continue, you need to look for that kind of move, okay? So as much low as you can. Let the price come close to the 23 or somewhere here and look for buy. Yeah, that is your trade. So keep an eye on US 2000 and look for buy. Okay, so on DXY, if you remember that, the bigger picture, the weekly the weekly picture. Okay, so the weekly picture, let me close that, maybe because of these we are having some issues. Okay, so the weekly picture you can see over there, similar like the previous week. Okay, we are in that corrective wave. So what we are looking for, we are looking for this corrective wave to give us another move to the downside, back to that bottom. If this is going to happen, Euro USD and USD chief gonna react according to this. Yeah, USD chief gonna give us breakdown, bigger corrective move, and Euro USD gonna get back to the top. Okay, so we'll see then how the bigger wave gonna appear over there. So far, there's a trade setup on lower time frame. You just need to watch that trade setup. Not interested to buy the DXY, but more interested to see the continuation on Euro USD. Yeah, because we are still holding short on the Euro USD for one more leg down. Okay, so this kind of pattern may appear over there again. You see that? All right, so looks like forming continuation formation. So last week we were looking for that move to complete up to that trend line. We haven't got that move yet. We haven't got the completion and then up move. Yeah, we haven't got that. So this move may appear over there. Yeah, that pattern. If that pattern is going to appear over there again during that week, we're gonna look for that trade, even continuation to the downside. Okay, so where you need to pay attention, this bottom for next week. All right, that bottom, you may get a short from that bottom. Okay, that move, if that is going to happen, just look for buy the Euro USD. Yeah, back to this trend line. Let me show you that structure as well. So the bigger picture gonna be for upside. So I don't think so we're gonna see big movements in coming weeks because we don't see huge events coming over there during the next couple of weeks. Yeah, so I don't think so market gonna move so aggressively. If so, then you understand the structure, you understand the pattern, you understand the potential of the waves, the waves we can see within these structures. Yeah. Okay, so we were looking for that flag to complete back to that trend line last week. Yeah, so we were looking for that flag. It can break down before that. I have spoken about that. Okay, so that is the wave which is appearing over there. We were looking for something like aggression over there, complete move back to the bottom. So it looks like there is no aggression. Yeah, so what it can do, it can get back to the top, that top. All right, so we'll see that how that move gonna appear over there from the bottom. If that move gonna appear over there from the bottom aggressively, yeah, so keep your buy setup back to that top. All right, so if you are holding, we were looking for short at this area in our room. Some of my traders still holding, but I don't see that this pair is going to go far away like that. Yeah, I don't see that is going to happen anytime soon. All right, so what we may see over there, that formation. Okay, that formation, one more leg. Okay, if that is going to happen, then look for that trade. Okay, back to that trend line or back to that top. Okay, that trade. So where you need to pay attention, first of all, if you're holding your short, move and break even, let the market come close to the 27. Okay, the chart I posted over there. So we took short couple of time on this pair, and we have taken, on a short and break even, and some of my traders still holding, you know from this area. So we went short a couple of times on Euro USD. Yeah, so we taken break even, and again some of my trades are like, short on this pair. All right, so if this is going to continue, let it come close to the 27, and the pattern which I have just shown you, watch that pattern. If that pattern is going to appear over there, buy. Yeah, so you understand how you need to buy over there, because last time when we were having that pattern formation, we were looking for that wave. Okay, so similar like that wave we may see over there back to that trend line. So we're gonna monitor that, how that wave will appear over there. Okay, if aggressive, again back to the top. Okay, so first of all, let this move complete up to 27. If so, then watch the change in pattern formation. Of course, I will update the chart. The chart I have posted over there on Trading View will let you know that either we are having the reversal formation back to that trend line or what. Okay, so watch this bottom. Okay, watch this bottom, how price gonna react at this area. Okay, so your target should be 127. I think, let me look at the chart. That was the chart somewhere here I posted. So the correction we got over there on this pair was on 15-minute time frame, but that correction went into a bigger one. Yeah, so we took a couple of times trades on break even, and then managed to get into the short. Some of my trades managed to get into the short again from that top. Yeah, you can see over there that correction went into 30-minute, then went into bigger 1 hour, and then turn into a 4 hour correction. Okay, here you can see over there a couple of more candles appeared over there, and then price broke it down. Okay, so we are still looking for this to continue up to 27 or 618. Yeah, so once we're gonna see that move, then we're gonna analyze what kind of pattern formation gonna appear over there. Either the reversal, if so, we're gonna look for that trade. Okay, that move. Okay, keep an eye. All right, so that's why I'm saying to you fellows, if you are if you are into the weekly market outlook, and you are understanding that what you need to look for. Yeah, so if you are not understanding, get back to the weekly market outlook and watch it again in weekdays. Yeah, how these patterns are developing, and react according to that. All right, so if you look at the last weekly market outlook, you're gonna understand market was moving exactly in the way we were anticipating at the start of the week, at the start of the previous week. Okay, so Euro USD and USD shift. Okay, so one more up move may appear over there, and then we're gonna look for a drop. Okay, last week what I had shown you over there, that move. Yeah, that short-term trade. So that short-term trade appeared over there. So look for a couple of more candles, something like that. Let me show you the bigger structure, and then we're gonna look for move down. Okay, so we're gonna analyze what kind of move down gonna be over there, either the corrective move or the impulsive move. All right, so a couple of more candles up to that top or up to that top. Watch how price gonna react at these areas. Yeah, so we're gonna look for that move and gonna analyze how that move going to appear over there. Yeah, if that move is going to give us a continuation formation, of course we're going to look for another up leg. Yeah, so we were looking for short at this area, we haven't got that short, so which way we are going, you all know that which way we are going. Okay, so back to that top, so we are preparing for the short from that top. Okay, we are looking for price section at these tops for that move. Yeah, so the way it is rising is not convincing me for breakout, or convincing me that price gonna reach up to that top. It can fall before even hitting that top. So if so, we may see big move. Yeah, big and aggressive move, something like that. All right, so let's see how that pair gonna behave. Of course, I will post the idea when I will see that it is getting back to the bottom again. Okay, so keep an eye, let it come close to the top again. Look for, downside. Yeah, I don't see there is a potential setup for upside. Okay, I don't see there is a potential trade setup for upside for lower time frame. So better to look for price action back to that top for the downside. Okay, so USD yen still hot. This pair still hot for the downside. All right, so what we are having something like wedge over there. Wedge is just developing over there. A couple of pattern formations appear over there, but changing. Yeah, so these patterns are telling us that we are losing the momentum for upside. Yeah, at some point we're going to see that kind of move. Okay, so we are still short on that pair. So we tried to sell this pair last week a couple of times. We got the break-even trades. Yeah, so we were selling this pair. So my traders were selling from this area. Yeah, from this area. So we were selling when this flag was forming. Let me show you. I think on 50-minute time frame that flag was forming over there. Yeah, yeah, we got that here. So we were selling this pair every time when it was coming close to the top. That move, yeah, got the break-even trade. So we are still in the short. Okay, some of my traders holding. I'm personally holding short at this area. Exactly at this area. Yeah, exactly at this area. These areas, short. Okay, so what you need to look for, this is a bigger corrective on bigger corrective area. Okay, just look at that. This is a bigger corrective area. All right, for a time frame. So if this is going to happen, you should not frustrate about that. All right, a couple of more candles are going to appear over there. You should not freak out over there. Watch the sell. Yeah, if it is going to give you another couple of candles back to that top or back to that trend line, search the sell. Okay, search the sell. Yeah, so because the pattern we are having, this pattern is telling us that we may see one more up leg. Okay, we may see one more up leg. If that is going to happen, look for sell. All right, and watch the breakout of that wedge to the downside. All right, so bigger wave, we are still looking for the dollar to drop against the yen and give us a nice big move to the downside. Yeah, I don't see that this is going to happen anytime soon like that. Okay, I don't see that it's going to happen over there because the way it is going at this area, it is just telling us that we have lost the momentum for upside or bulls are dying over there. They can, get out from the market at any time and we can see the strong sell. All right, strong sell. Okay, so if you are not comfortable to sell from that top, watch the breakout, something like that, aggressive and like this, yeah, like this, and wait for this to form a continuation formation, and then look for the downside, similar like the pound yen. If you are following me on the pound yen, okay, so this big move. So a couple of more candles back to the top should not frustrate you. Okay, like if it is going to get back to 115 or 115.50 or something like that, I mean 115.50, you should not frustrate. Yeah, so search the top, watch the price action, and get back into the market for the big wave to the downside. Okay, so similar here on the, let me show you what you need to look for on the lower time frame so that we can get an idea. All right, so price action still bullish at these areas. We can see that still bullish. Yeah, this trend is not leaving, but price action is just getting stronger and stronger at the top. Okay, stronger and stronger at the top. All right, so what you need to look for, continuation formation at this area, the way we have seen at this area. Yeah, so my group members, they understand what I'm talking about. Okay, search the continuation pattern formation, something like that. Let me show you the example. Okay, so something like that. This is slightly bigger one. Okay, something like that. All right. So if you see that kind of continuation formation, search the cell. Or if price is going to test the top, search the cell. Okay, and watch the breakdown. Okay, this kind of pattern formation, search that kind of pattern formation at that area and look for that trade. Okay, I'm into that trade from this area. Yeah, so let's see how this pair gonna react next week. Okay, so USD yen, I don't see there's a buy setup. I only see a sell setup. So sell setup across the board on yen pairs. Most of the pairs are setting up for the big waves, as I have told you last week as well. Yeah, this wave, we are looking for that big wave back to that area. Okay, so we are having the channel, couple of pattern formations appeared over there. We are looking for that move. Okay, so the bigger pattern showing us, daily pattern showing us big wave to the downside. So what we were talking about last week, that is not a sell place. If you remember that, this bottom is not a sell place. All right, so that was a short-term trade. We were talking about that. I have told you last week as well. Some of my traders went into a short-term buy. There was a nice buy setup at the bottom. We have spoken about that in our room, and those who took the profit, they got the idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, there was a buy setup at this area. That wasn't a sell place. I have told you last week. That was the wave. Okay, so some of my traders already took profit and sold from this area. No, it is very, very nice. So that is what I was telling you last week, what you need to look for. Yeah, so if you have gone through the weekly market outlook within the weekdays, so you should be into the sell somewhere here when this wedge or channel was breaking at this area. Okay, so if you are not into that trade, search the lower time frame, this kind of pattern formation. Okay, at this area. All right, so then search this trade and watch that bottom. Okay, if that bottom is going to break out aggressively, search the continuation, keep selling. Continuation, keep selling. Okay, similar like the USD CAD. When we have seen the bigger wave on the USD CAD, that pair was forming continuation, we were selling. Continuation, we were selling. So similar like that. Okay, so on lower time frame, all right, so let me show you another possibility. If and in any case, price is going to get back something like that from this bottom. So watch the bottom, buy and sell the euro yen again from the top. Yeah, if you are following me on this pair within this circle, then you understand how price is behaving. Yeah, we have seen continuation. We haven't seen continuation to the downside. Then we have seen another back other move wave back to that top. We were selling over there. Yeah, so my traders were selling over there at this area on the ECB press conference day. Yeah, so some of my traders sold at this area, some sold at this area, even some took profit on within that wave. Very clever guys. Yeah, so if that is going to happen, look for short term buy and then sell the euro yen again back to the from back from top to the downside. Okay, so where this wave, this impulsive move gonna be invalidate above that top. Okay, we haven't broken above that top. We are having nice price action. If that is going to get back again, we're gonna be seller again for the longer term to the downside. So far, that is a far away. I don't think so. We're gonna see that kind of that much movement in the next week. Yeah. So what you need to look for next week, search the continuation formation at this area, something like that. If you're going to see that, then search the sell. Okay, like that. All right, so first of all, go for that trade. That is your trade. If that trade is going to be aggressive to the downside, keep that trade for further downside. Yeah. Okay, so euro yen, bigger wave to the downside, top getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So means that the wave is just about to come over there on euro yen. Okay, now let me look at the pound yen first. Okay, so what I have said last week, we may see that move. Okay, so how price was falling over there, price was falling over there correctively. Yeah, so what we have seen that move. Yeah, so I was anticipating that move during the news event, but we haven't seen that move during the news event. Actually, pound pair started to get priced in at the start of start of the last week. When market opened, people started to buy the pound pair. So because of that, all pound pairs started to get priced in, and then started to fall from that top. So that was the last week wave. So I said to you fellows, once you're gonna see that, search the sell from the top. So I got text on my social side from a couple of traders. They got the top at this area. Yeah, so they did an excellent work. Okay, so you can see over there we are still in the continuation formation. All right, so we started to sell at this area. We are still looking for that move, that wave. Okay, if this wave is going to appear over there, so what will happen over there on euro yen and USD yen? Yeah, so euro yen and USD yen will not continue back to that top, or will not continue to the upside. So euro yen gonna give you a big move, USD yen gonna be much better. Okay, so we are looking for the strength on the yen pairs. Okay, so that move. So if you are not into that trade from this area or wherever within this area, or when the impulsive move was appearing over there, then the current sell gonna be slightly risky over there. Okay, they will get strong very soon. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the war. You will see this trend. Yeah. So the patterns, the patterns we are having on our charts, they are telling us that we may see, something is going to happen in the future. Something is going to happen. Okay. So these patterns are telling us that we may see this trend on the yen pairs. We don't need to go into the details what is going to happen, yeah, because these charts tells us the behavior of the traders. Yeah, so the behavior of the traders is telling me that they are not interested to buy the yen pairs right now. Currently, they are not interested to buy the pairs against the yen. Yeah, so they are taking their profit off. Okay, so let's see what is going to happen into the future, but charts and patterns are telling us that we may see the move to the downside. Okay, so let's talk about the trade setup. Okay, and then we're going to talk about the other things. So, yeah, so leave the fundamentals for some time now. All right, so this move. Okay, so selling at this area going to carry a risk over there. Okay, so if you are having your sell at this area, or at this area, you got a good price. Okay, you got a good price. Now watch for this continuation formation to continue to the downside. Yeah. Okay, so those fellows who are not in, let's talk about them, where they can get entry into the market. Okay, so this continuation pattern formation is just helping us. So according to our analysis, this continuation pattern formation just need a couple of more candles before that this continuation pattern formation gonna continue to the downside. Yeah. All right, so a couple of more candles need to be over there before looking for sell on this flag to the downside. All right, so what you can do, watch, let the price form a couple of more candles at this area and give you a clue that yes, it is forming a continuation formation, not going to get back into the week bigger daily continuation formation and going to continue. Then look for trade setup somewhere here under that trend line. Yeah, I'll try my best to update this chart on TradingView and on all other places. Yeah, if you are not happy to sell at this area, then watch that breakout and look for continuation to the downside. Yes, in case if this flag is not going to continue and going to get back into the bigger daily flag, okay, so simply take off your profit, let the price come close to the top again, sell it again. Okay, if this is going to happen. All right, so if this flag is not going to continue, so last week it was clear that this is a buy setup. So currently there is no buy setup. Okay, if you're gonna go for that buy, that's gonna be slightly risky. Yeah, you see that how strong impulsive move is over there. That was a strong impulsive move. Yeah, this behavior, this trading behavior was telling me that this move is going to happen over there. Yeah, so we are not looking for that move. If that move is going to happen, take off your profit at this area, watch the price behavior, let the market come close to that top again, sell it again for the bigger move to the downside. Yeah, if that is going to happen. So far, what you just need to look for this continuation formation to complete. Yeah, look for this to continue the downside. Okay, look for this flag to continue, something like that. Okay, this is your move you need to look for. That was the actually bigger flag or bigger continuation formation. Yeah, so we are still in the bigger daily continuation formation. Keep an eye, nice trade setup, very nice potential. And let me look at the pound chief with the pound yen, because pound chief is also carry a huge potential over there, so we have to grab that much money. Okay, so let me talk about the last week, what I was saying last week, so that you can understand. All right, so what we have seen last week, we have seen that formation, and I told you that this move may appear over there. Yeah, so we have seen that move, and if you remember that what I told you, look for sell from the top. Yeah, so if you have gone through the weekly market outlook and understand that what I have said over the last week, then you should be into that trade from that flag, or from this area, or from this area, or from this area, or from this area. Yeah, even from this area. Yeah, so how many opportunities you got over there? Many opportunities. Yeah, if you miss that area, that area, that area, that area, at least you should be into that trade somewhere here. All right, so I hope you are into that trade from that top. Now what you need to do for next, look for continuation to the downside. Okay, very nice price section at the top. That is the move we are looking for, this wave. Yeah, so I don't see that this pair is going to get back to the top. If so, I mean, if this is going to happen, sell it again. Yeah, so we were selling from this area, we have taken some profit at this area. When the 50% wave has completed over there, we were tracking this continuation formation, violated, we were looking for sell again, we are having nice continuation formation, selling again. Yeah, why we are selling most of the time, most of the pairs? Because they are in the longer term trending, or you can see over there, longer term trending to the downside. So there is no reason to go into that way. It is a continuation formation, that is the way. Yeah, you can see over there how strong impulsive move was over there. Yeah, so that is your trade, this is not your trade. So someone was saying over there that this is a buy setup or something like that. They don't have the idea how market is reacting over there. Okay, so this is the pattern you can see over there. I think I have posted on 4-hour time frame this chart. Look at that chart, give me a like or give me a comment, so that that chart can get back to the top and more fellows can see over there. They can get an advantage from that trade setup. Okay, so we are looking for that trade. All right, so a couple of more candles you can see over there. I have just given you an example. Let the market form a couple of more candles and then search the continuation to the downside. Yeah, these couple of more candles, that is your trade. Where is the invalidation point? That is the invalidation point. It's a far away. So any pullback within these areas is going to give you an opportunity for the big wave to the downside. Yeah, so those fellows who are holding somewhere here, your stop should be outside at that time. Okay, and good luck fellows, enjoy your trade. Very nice. And personally, one of my traders took that trade even before the news event somewhere here. He was very clever when this was happening. He saw somewhere here. Very nice. So let's see how this they're gonna react. Okay, so this is an opportunity for short term, and this opportunity is quite similar like the pound cat. Okay, pound CAD, very nice impulsive move was over there, and quick correction back to that impulsive move. You can see over there, quick correction back to that impulsive move. So all other pound pairs have not made that much correction back to that impulsive move. Okay, that is your trade. Okay, so that is your trade. Watch that breakout, watch that bottom, let it come close to this bottom, and watch the price action. If you're going to break out 27.61, okay, that is your way. You need to look for. Okay, so why we are selling this pair? Because we are in the longer term downtrend. Okay, you can see over there. So many pairs are in the longer term downtrend. Yeah. So we are looking for that move. Let's see if we're gonna get back to the bottom or not. Okay, but what you need to look for next week, you just need to look for extension of the previous leg. That is your trade. If that trade is going to get back to the bottom, stay into that trade. All right, so stay into that trade. If that trade is going to, last week if you remember that, we were looking for that up leg. Yeah, we got the up leg and then broken down. All right, so it should fall aggressively like that and come close to, at least come close to 27. Yeah, if not going to come close to 27, watch that bottom. If falling aggressively, let it come close to the bottom again. Okay, so there is a possibility for change in pattern formation. Like what? Like the Euro USD. Yeah, so this formation may appear over there. Okay, something like that. If that is going to happen, no need to frustrate over there. Okay, if this is going to break out like corrective candles and going to give you another lag like that, take off on break even, wash this top for sell again. Okay, close to that top. Okay, so what will happen in that case? That's going to be a bigger forward correction. All right. Okay, so in that case, so you can call that like 1 2 3 or ABC move or whatever you want to call that, but that's going to be the change in pattern formation. Okay, still going to be continuation to the downside like the Euro USD, but going to be the bigger correction like 4-hour correction. Okay, where is the invalidation point? At this area, at that top. Okay, that is the invalidation point. If price close above that, your sell setup is going to be change over there. So under that, that is your way. Okay, so let me look at the pound CAD so that you can get the idea what I'm talking about. So what we were looking for last week, we were looking for that wave. I hope you fellows got that trade. Okay, so similar like that, when that wave was, that continuation formation was forming over there was the validation point at this area. I have explained that with so much detail. I hope you got that wave. All right, so for next week, I don't see there is a perfect continuation pattern formation. But if you sold somewhere here when that was happening because of the news event, if you are into that trade, stay in. Yeah, continuation formation broken down, still forming continuation formation. Yeah, so it can keep falling. So selling this pair at the current price is not convincing me because it has moved. So if this is going to happen, all right, so something like that at this area. Okay, if this is going to happen, then we may see that move. Okay, watch this continuation formation. If that is going to happen, that is your trade. Otherwise, if it is going to bounce back because of the CAD, we are getting back within that white channel. All right, so for that move, I'm not looking for that move. In case if that is going to happen, you just need to look at this kind of price action. Okay, where after bouncing back from the trend line at this area, okay, then you're gonna get that move. All right. So very nice trade setups are forming on the pound pairs. You just need to look for the continuation formations. Yeah, no, let's look at the pound USD. Let's look at the bigger structure. Last week we were looking for the bottom of the flat. Price did not hit the bottom and started to rise before the news event. Yeah, people started to buy the pound pairs ahead of the news event. Yeah, so we are still looking for this big move to the downside. Okay, so some of my traders still holding their short from this area. Some sold at this area, still holding lots of patience. They're having lots of patience. So let's see if you're gonna get that move. So for next week, what you need to look for, let's talk about that. Okay, so what I said last week, we may see that move. That move. Yeah, so actually I wasn't anticipating that move from this area. I was anticipating that move from this area. This area. Yeah, so after opening the market, all pound pairs started to rise. Okay, so fellows, keep an eye at that bottom. This is the place where you need to keep an eye. We may see that move. Okay, back to that top and that top again. If this is going to happen, sell from that top again for the downside, like that wave. All right, so you can buy for short term. So gonna be slightly risky. Why? You can see over there how strong strength was over there from the sellers. Okay, so where are we gonna look for sell? We know gonna look for sell at the current price at this area. Okay, we know gonna look for sell at this area. Why? Because it can get back within this corrective structure. Okay, if so, we're gonna look for sell from that top. So you can look for short term that trade similar like the previous week. All right, so sellers should be somewhere here at this area. Okay, let this continuation formation to break down the bigger structure which is holding since very long, and once price gonna start to correct back something like that, then we're gonna look for the continuation to the downside. Okay, the bigger weekly wave structure which I have just shown you. For that wave, we're gonna look for sell under that structure once price gonna break that structure. All right, so far we are within this corrective structure. We may see another up move. Okay, so any trade set up for buy or sell at this area going to be slightly risky, so you need to be careful over there. Yeah, I'm still neutral on this pair. Yeah, let the price get back to the top again. We're gonna look for that trade. Look for that short term buy. Yeah, so wait for this to break down and give you a continuation formation. Then we will be interested to look for the bigger move up back to the bottom again. Yeah, so pound USD very nice. So euro pound is getting back within the corrective structure. So my traders personally, let me show you the the last week chart. I think I have updated that chart. We were looking for, we were selling this bit from the top, and we are having a bigger correction. I updated that chart a couple of times. So last week, my traders, were selling for short term up to this bottom so crazily. That move that took, nice profit, and then we went neutral watching for the price action over the during the event, and we got that move. Yeah, so now we are looking for this ABC move and then continuation to the downside. Yeah, so remember, if this is going to happen, we will not see the move we are looking for on the pound sheet. Okay, so what we can do, you can you can get a sell when, I mean, if you are selling the euro pound, then don't sell the pound chief at the same time. Yeah, you're gonna get one trade at one time because these two pairs move against each other, whatever the reason is. Yeah, if they're moving because of the pound or because of the euro or chief, whatever. But just keep in your mind when you are looking to sell on the pound chief and looking to sell on the euro pound, be careful. Yeah, so take a one trade at one time. Okay, so uh, we are having the change in pattern formation on euro pound. So there is a short-term trade setup for upside. Let me show you, where we have got the short-term trade setup in our room. So if you remember the last week, I have shown you watch the continuation formation at this area and then look for sell. Yeah, if you don't remember that, just go back to the previous weekly market. Okay, you're gonna figure it out over there. Yeah, so we were selling these flags. Yes, these flags, and got these trades, short-term trades, back to that bottom. Yeah, and taking profit at this area. So what is next? That is the next trade. Okay, back to that channel line and then sell. Okay, so it is very similar like this move. Okay, you can see over there You can see over there, you can see over there, this is the move, this is the move, this is the move. Okay, you can see over there how strong was that move. So that is your trade. Okay, now we may see the change in pattern formation at this area. Okay, so if you understand how to look at the changing pattern formation, that's going to be easy for you to get into the market for the next up leg. Okay, if you don't understand that, then you're gonna struggle over there. Okay, so similar like the pound Aussie dollar. Okay, I have given you the example like that. Okay, what we may see corrective breakout, something like that. All right, so it went further above. Yeah, something like that, and this move. Okay, like that. That pattern may appear over there. Okay, and then up. All right, so like zigzag or bigger flag or ABC move. Okay, and that is your trade. Where is your invalidation point? Way below, way below. So pull back within this area is going to give you nice trade. Yeah, so keep an eye. So I don't think so this is going to happen. If so, then what you need to look for the downside, similar pattern like that, and this move should be aggressive to the downside. Yeah, for that move, this move should be aggressive. Okay, so that's why if this is going to change the pattern formation, you just need to take up on break even after watching that breakout. If that breakout is going to be corrective, then look for this move to be aggressive, and if that move is going to be aggressive to the downside, stay in up to that bottom. Otherwise, take off and look for back to that top. So my my view is that we may see that move. Let's see if we're gonna get that trade. Yeah, very nice. And then we're gonna look for sell from the bigger flat channel to the downside. Okay, back with it. Let me show you what kind of pattern formation we may see over there. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the gold. There are a lot of trade setup of forming, my friend. Just bear with me. So if you are new to the market, then the details I'm giving you, that's gonna help you. Yeah. So if you are experienced and just getting ahead of us, then please show some patience so that others can learn something, they can get something. All right, so this formation, all right, for that move. Okay, so where we have seen that move, we have seen that pattern formation on the same pair. Yeah, on the same pair on the lower time frame. So similar formation you can see over there again. Okay, that formation you can see over there. That was the 60-minute time frame. You see that, and price started to continue to the downside. You see that? Okay, that move appear over there, and then we have seen something like that. Yeah, I think. But this pattern formation, right? Flat channel, the bigger flat channel. It went above. Yeah, we have seen that. Let me look at that lower time frame so that you can get the idea. You see that? That was the pattern. The pattern I was showing you. Okay, on 30 minute, that was the move. Similar like that, where on bigger time frame, this is the bigger pattern formation. Okay, at this area we're going to look for sell to the downside. So currently we are into that move. Okay, at this area, that move. All right, so that was the lower degree formation. That is the bigger degree. Okay, so short term upside, watch for buy pound New Zealand dollar. So this pair is out of my preferred list, but similar like the others, watch the continuation formation and look for sell, like pound Aussie dollar. Yeah, like pound CAD. Pound Aussie dollar is much better than this. Yeah, at this area, and then that is the trade. Yeah, that is what I can show you on this pair because it is out of my priority list. Yeah, because this pair moves very slow as with compared to the others. Yeah, so watch for this to complete, and then that is your trade. All right. So USD CAD, we were looking for the this trade setup last week, and we were looking for the breakout. Yeah, we haven't got the breakout. We price went above, but never waited that top. I hope you are into that trade from that top. okay, and holding your short. You can see over there close above will change the pattern formation, price never close above that. Yeah, so when there is a first impulse, you will see that price not gonna violate that impulse, first impulse. Yeah, first impulse set the direction. So that was the first impulse broken down, that was the trend. Now we're gonna look for continuation for further sell at this area. That continuation formation is just 12 peak over there. Yeah, something like that, and that is your trade. Yeah, once price gonna come close to the trend line, watch out, either it is going to bounce back or going to continue. Yeah, so this move is completing over there. So very nice. Still looking for this pair to continue to the downside. Yeah, so up to which level this pair can come, it can come up to that bottom. Yeah, all right, so it can come up to that bottom. So that is the place we need to look for. Either we are going to have another up leg like that, or we are going to get that move. Yeah, so at some point we're going to get that wave. All right, so it will not keep rising like the way it is rising. Okay, so the bigger the corrective wave, the higher the potential you're gonna get to the downside. Okay, the higher the potential you're gonna get to the downside. Okay, so watch that. If that move is going to happen, look for buy for short term and then again sell from that top. Okay, so that is the bigger wave we're gonna look for on the USD CAD. Still short on the USD CAD for longer term. All right, so New Zealand dollar, we were anticipating move, corrective move back to the trend. We are having that. So next week we are having, read the scene on the New Zealand dollar pair. So be careful. Okay, we were looking for the correction of this area, if you remember that. Okay, we are getting that, this kind of correction. Yeah. So it can change. Can come close to that bottom and can start to rise. Okay, so I'm not looking for that. So far, what you need to look for next week, you need to look for this move. Yeah, so last week some of you fellows were saying that this is the correct continuation formation for the downside, and I told you no, we need a bigger one. Okay, so we are getting the bigger one. Yeah, a couple of more candles can form within that wedge, within that channel. All right, so within that channel. All right, so where your sell should be, somewhere here. That is your trade. If that trade is going to continue, stay in. Okay, stay in for further downside. So the bigger correction is to the downside. Yeah, so we are selling this pair from that top. You remember that, I think. Yeah, so selling from that area as well. So sold at this area. So a couple of short-term trades we got at this area. Now that is your trade. Okay, so if it is not going to continue and giving you more candles, watch the trend line. That is your trade. Yeah, if going to break the bottom, stay into that trade for something like that at this area. Okay, so if this pair is going to get down, highly likely we're going to see the breakdown of the USD CAD. Yeah, so USD CAD going to give you another leg. Okay, if this pair is going to get down, whatever the reason is, we are not talking about the reason. So simply that means we are having the strength on the dollar pairs. Yeah, strength on the dollar against the Aussie dollar, against the CAD, against the New Zealand dollar. Yeah, so these three pairs, most of the time you're gonna see follow each other. Okay, so follow each other. So be careful on the USD CAD. Okay, another leg may appear over there. So according to my analysis, this pattern hasn't completed yet. So completion is going to be somewhere here at this area. If so, that's going to be the ideal place to go for a short. So if a couple of more candles are going to appear over there, something like that, that's going to be perfect to go for a short. Oh, all right, so selling at the current price is not going to be a good idea. So you should be into the sell from that top. If we are going to get back within that 15-minute channel, let me show you like what. Yeah, so I'm showing you the trade setup, the trades that are going to complete in next week. Yeah, not showing you the trades that are going to complete in the next year. Okay, so be patient with me, my fellows. All right, so if this is going to get back like that, so search the sell setup back at the top, that trade. Okay, so rather than selling at this, yeah, because no, you're not gonna get good potential over there. In case you're gonna sell at this, you're gonna put stop behind that or behind that, you're only gonna get that much money, and price can reverse back to that top. Yeah, so selling from that area gonna give you peace of mind. You can manage your risk somewhere here. All right. Okay, so keep an eye, because some of my traders selling this too early, so that's for them. Okay, keep an eye. So we are still in the continuation formation, like 4 hour. This is the 4 hour continuation formation, so careful. So Uzi USD last week, I told you we gonna see the continuation formation. You can see over there how nice that continuation formation is just forming over there. What is your trade setup? That is your trade setup. So we are already into that shot. Yeah, so we are already into that shot. So where where we looking for that shot? From that area. Yeah, so those traders who are you know day traders or something like that and don't understand the longer term view of the market, they're gonna come onto your charts and gonna say something like that. Oh, what it is doing, or what's happening, or where the market is going. I mean, they are candle traders. Candle traders gonna frustrate. Oh yeah, this is the candle, it will keep continue to the upside. No, it is not. The longer term trend is downside. This is a bigger correction. That is the way we need to look for. Yeah, so don't follow the candles. Yeah, if you trade based on the candles, next candle gonna change the whole view, whole picture. Yeah, so that is the wave. We still having the potential. I have shown you last week as well. So we are going for that move. Yeah, if we're gonna get the breakout, we can get back to that bottom again. So still we are having the nice potential over there. Okay, so let's see. So far there is no trade setup on this pair at the current price. So if you are where we sold at this area. So I personally sold at this area, so my trader sold at this area. We tried to sell this pair a couple of times at this area, but when we have seen it is not going to continue, we've taken off and we sold at this area in our room again. Okay, so there is sell setup for you. This is not a place to sell. Okay, where when price gonna form the higher high within that pattern formation. Okay, somewhere here close to that trend line, that is the place you need to go for short, or close to that bottom and top. Okay, if you have missed that, then let the price come close to that top again, or let the market form something like that. All right, then search the sell setup. All right, so, or if you use the fib line, something like that. Okay, then wait for the price to come close to these areas, 50%, and gonna give you this kind of pattern formation, similar like the Euro yen, and search the sell setup somewhere here. Yeah, if we're gonna get stop load and break even, then you're gonna get the chance to sell this here for that move. Okay, so where that short trade sell setup gonna invalidate. Yeah, when we're gonna see that this pair is, when this pair has started to rise aggressively like that. Okay, if this is going to happen, this pattern formation is going to change. Yeah, I don't think so that is going to happen anytime soon. We are having this kind of correction and that next leg to the downside. Okay, so where is sell setup for you? Once you're gonna see prices getting back or changing the pattern formation, like the bigger channel or bigger flag or 5-way, whatever you want to call that. Okay, then this is the wave you need to look for. Okay, something like that. All right, so I was talking about these flags when price was breaking to the downside. So if you are following me on this pair since very long, you understand what I mean. Okay, so try to get into the market at a better place rather than just getting in the market because of the fear that you're gonna miss the trade setup. No, if you miss the trade setup, leave it. Leave it. Move to another. Yeah, try to get into the market on the best place, better price. You know what will happen if you're going to get into the market at a better price? You can manage your risk. You can put your stop loss at a safe place, at a place where price never been there in last couple of hours or days or weeks. You're gonna be safe. Your stop loss is gonna be safe over there. Yeah. So if you're gonna get into the market in a corrective structure, what will happen? The first problem you're gonna face over there is that, oh, where are you gonna put your stop loss? You will have to put your stop loss within the corrective structure where price can easily reach, easily can access to those areas. So what will happen? You're gonna get the stop loss. You're gonna get stopped out, frustration. Oh, that was a bad entry, bad area, okay? Something like that. If this is going to happen and you are selling this breakout, putting stop loss behind that and looking for this to continue, no, this is not a good place to go for short. Okay, this is not a good place to go for short. Yeah, how it is falling slightly aggressive, but not, ideal aggressive to the downside. Okay, so what it can do, it can get back, stop you out, gonna complete the bigger structure and then gonna stop the downside. So that wasn't a better place to get into the market. Okay, so if you're gonna get entry, if you got the entry at this area, where is your stop loss? Safe area. That is the safe area. So price is correcting into that way. Yeah, that way will not reach up to that top. So you are safe over there. Price is correcting into the sideways market, not something like that in the formation of flag, bigger flag, or a sharp correction back to the impulsive move. Okay, so think about that before getting into the market. Are you having a safe entry or not? Okay, so Euro New Zealand dollar, that is what I'm talking about. All right, so on Aussie US dollar. Okay, so what was that? Let me look at the chart. All right, so we got this continuation formation on lower time frame like 4 hour. We got the sell on this breakout, but when we realize that this is not going to continue, not going to continue to the downside. Yeah, when it was doing something like that, you can see over there. So flag, when you see flag breaks, they continue. But when they do something like that, that means we are having the change in pattern formation. Yeah, so broken up, we were looking for this to continue. No, it is not moving according to our plan. So what that means, we need to change our mind. We need to think according to the market, the way market is behaving. So that was the slight change over there into the pattern. You can see over there, we went into a bigger continuation formation like 4R or ABC move or zigzag and then started to continue. Yeah, so we took break even trade at this area and then we sold at this area. Yeah, so some of my traders were selling at this area as well for the next entry to the downside. Okay, so think from that point of view as well. Okay, so we got the ABC move or zigzag and we sold at this area. Yeah? So far, nice, it is okay. So what we may see, fellows, what is the bigger structure? Let's look at that. This is the bigger structure. You know that we were looking for this flag to break down, so we are still in continuation formation. We are looking for this move to complete up to that trend line. Okay, if this is going to be aggressive, something like that, we're gonna look for this to continue all the way up to the bottom. Okay, something like this. Yeah, so it is at the top. If this pair will keep rising, we may see huge potential over there. Okay, otherwise we are into that, if price gonna give us another leg, of course we're gonna go for that short term buy. Okay, the way we were looking at this area, if you remember that move. Yeah, and then that. So the bigger wave, we're gonna look for that. Okay, so far we are at the top. Price is just forming new highs, testing top again and again. So you just need to keep an eye how prices just keep dwelling at that top. Every time when it is just giving you a continuation formation after the impulsive move, just look for the sell. Okay, so last time we got that trade, if you remember that. Yeah, so last time we got that trade, so this time we got that trade. All right, so if you are holding your trade from this area, look for this move. Yeah, it can get back to that top again. If this move is going to be corrective, search the sell setup. That is your trade. Okay, that is your trade. All right, so slightly going to be risky to sell at this area, so be careful. Your stop should be behind this area, this impulsive move. That is your trade. If this is going to rise aggressively, ignore that. Wait and watch for the price to come back to the top again, sell it again. Okay, so I'm not interested to buy, more interested to look for sell. If price will stay in the sideways flat formation, sell it back to that trend line. Okay, so Uzian, I don't see there is a nice trade setup right now. It is forming last week. If you remember that, I told you we may see that move back to that trend line. So this is not an ideal trade setup right now. Yeah, it is setting up for the big move. The move I have shown you. All right, so that move, okay, that move we will see. Yen pairs are getting ready for a big fall. You can see over there how price is rising correctively. What is the bigger trend? Downside. So it will not keep rising like that all of its life. Yeah, that is the next move which we may see for next couple of weeks. Okay, so be prepared for that big move. Yeah, so currently this is not a good place to go for short. Yeah, so couple of more, but if this is going to happen something like that, that's going to be ideal place. Yeah, like this is the wedge I have shown you on euro USD. Yeah, something like that. Just look at that. That is the trade. Yeah, so I'm just waiting and watching this pair so that it can get back to the top and give me a nice top so that we can hold that short for longer term. Currently, I'm not interested yet because it has already broken down. So last week I have shown you, watch that and then look for that trade. If you already sold at this area somewhere here, perfect. Look for this to continue. Otherwise, stay away from this pair. Yeah, it is not moving so aggressively. But in longer term, every time when it is doing something like that, coming close to these tops, forming new highs, search the sell for longer term, stay into that trade for longer term. Okay, so cat yen, we got the bigger correction last week. I told you we may see that correction. If you remember that, if you don't remember that, just go back to the previous weekly market outlook. You're gonna learn something. Yeah, so it is similar like the your uzi yen. Okay, that is your trade. Watch that breakout. Yeah, a couple of more candles. If a couple of more candles are going to appear over there, perfect. That's going to give you a nice entry, nice top at somewhere here. That is your trade. Okay, I don't think so that is going to do something like that. If so, search the sell from that up. That is your trade. That is your trade. Okay, this is not your trade. This is small money. Don't go for that small money. Yeah, all yen pairs are setting up for the big wave. Search that big wave. Go into that wave. All right, go into that way. If this is going to happen, I mean, similar like the Uzi yen, that wedge is going to form. I'm not interested to buy for that much. I'm more interested to look for that move. Okay, that move, that wave. So yen pairs are setting up for that bigger wave. So New Zealand yen, I'm not interested. I hope you have taken your profit. Last week I have shown you this flag, yeah, and told you maximize your profit. The fellows who sold at this area, okay, the fellows who sold at this area, I hope you maximize your profit. So currently I don't see there is a nice, yeah, let me show you here. Yeah, let me click on the play button again. So there was a flag. I hope you fellows have taken your profit. So currently I don't see there is a potential trade set up on the New Zealand yen. Just ignore this pair. If I see, definitely I will post that chart on the trading view or post that chart onto the website. That was the trade. So we are not looking for that move. So ignore this pair moving very slowly. Okay. So if I see, I'll post. So GTN, leave that. CAD yen, sorry, cat chief getting back to the top. Watch the sell. Very simple. Watch the sell. So last week I told you this trend line, if you remember that. Yeah, when price was somewhere here or here at this area, I think I told you watch the price. Once gonna get back to the trend line, search the sell. That is your trade. If going to be aggressive like that, stay into that trade. Yeah. So if you don't see any price action at this area and going to get back to the top again, let the price come close to the top again. Don't go for buys, sell it again from that top. All right. So if you remember the bigger structure, you understand what I'm saying over there. So not falling so aggressively. Cat chief is not falling. All chief pairs are not falling so aggressively. Yeah, but when they will do, you're gonna see, something like that move, something like that move. So soon they're gonna do that. Okay, so at this area, that is your trade within that flag. Watch if this is going to be aggressive, stay in. If no, let the price come close to that top, search the sell again. Okay, let me look at the lower time frame. Okay, so that is your trade for next week. Watch this area. Watch impulse continuation. That is your trade. You can see over there like that. Okay, so impulsive move continuation. That was the trade. Similar like that. That is your trade, and watch this continuation. If you don't see that impulsive move, you can see over there it is aggressive for the upside. Yeah, because of the news event, it can further push. If so, let it push for the upside. If you don't see the continuation formation for the downside at this area, yeah. If you don't see that, let it come close to that top, sell it again at the weekly top. Catchy. Here's a bigger trend to the downside. So EuroCAD can give us better opportunity. So if CAD chief is not going to give you a 15-minute flag, ignore that pair. Don't go for buy. Come on to this pair and sell this pair. Okay, then we're gonna see nice potential over there. So last week I wasn't interested on this pair, if you remember that, but during the week we have seen a nice price action over there, nice continuation pattern formation. Yeah, so you just need to repeat yourself again. If you have seen that chart, I will show you. Let me show you first so that you can get the idea. Okay, that was the chart. So last week we were having ECB. Yeah, ECB press conference, we have seen impulsive move, continuation formation. So all Europeans were dropping after that. So before that week, yeah. So last week we have seen, Bank of England rate the CM. We have seen the nice impulsive move. All pairs were dropping, and this week we are having continuation formation on our pound pairs. Okay, so what we have seen on the euro pairs, most of them has broken down the continuation formation. So next week, most pound pairs gonna do like that as well. Yeah, so the trade setup which I have shown you on the pound pairs focused on those continuation formations as well. Okay, you're gonna see trade setup on the pound pairs. Okay, so that was the trade setup. Went into a bigger correction, ABC move or zigzag. Yeah, so went into a bigger correction. That is what we need to look for again in the current price. Okay, so I hope you fellows manage to sell at this area. So we are somewhere here. Similar formation we need to search at this area. Yeah, move is very nice, aggressive. Yeah, very nice, aggressive. Search that continuation formation again at this area. Okay, so currently we don't see that formation over there. Okay, so what you can do, you can get back into the weekdays and watch the weekly market outlook again. Okay, so if during the weekdays you're gonna see that kind of formation, look for that trade. Okay, I will try my best to post the update on this chart. If I see that, you can see over there I'm anticipating another continuation formation before having that trade. So fall is very nice. Search that continuation formation, and that is your trade for the downside. Yeah, so potentially it's still there. It can get back to the bottom again. EuroCAD. So good luck, fellows, on EuroCAD. So if you are still holding, search a continuation formation. Look for another trade setup over there. So Aussie New Zealand dollar hasn't done that. Hasn't done what we were looking for last week. We have taken break-even trade. We were buying this pair every time when it was breaking, coming close to the bottom. So broken down. Yeah. So keep an eye. The bigger structure is still to the downside. Yeah. This is the bigger structure. Yeah, so we are very simple. Just, yeah, so if we're gonna get that wave, we need to see a continuation formation. Yeah, so what for now, look for that trade. Okay, if it is going to get back to the top, then look for sell from that top. So I will show you lower time frame what you need to do. On lower time frame, you just need to look at this continuation formation. So my traders, they sold at this area. Some of my traders, they sold at this area when this flag was formed. Okay, so Similar formation, you just need to look at this area. If that formation is going to appear over there, then look for that trade. If this trade is going to fall, something like that, aggressively stay into that trade for the downside. Yeah, otherwise what you need to look for, okay, those who are holding their short from this area, if this is going to rise aggressively, take off your trade, buy back to that top. Okay, I'm still thinking that we're going to see that up move. Okay, so this is the fall, looks like corrective, we may see back to that top. Okay, so search the buy setup at the bottom up to that trend line, this trend line. Search the buy setup at this area, that trend line. If that setup is going to be aggressive, stay in. Yeah, if market is going to do something like that, stay in back to that top. Yeah, if not, then take off close to that trend line, go for short to downside. Okay, that trade. Alright, so keep an eye, Euro New Zealand dollar short-term trade setup. So Uzi CAD is about to complete the trade setup which I have shown you last week. Okay, so what we're gonna look for, we're gonna look for the bottom at this area. Okay, so very quick. So some of my traders, they have taken their profit too early. Yeah. Biting their nails after that when they have seen something like that. So that's okay, that's part of the trading. Sometimes you make a decision too early, that's part of the trading. Okay, so wait for this to complete that move. Okay, wait for this to complete, watch the bottom, this is your next trade. Okay, back within that corrective structure, that trade, if this is going to be aggressive, we are going to get back to the top again. Yeah, this corrective move gonna end somewhere here at that top. Okay, so longer term, I'm looking for that. I don't see that this is going to happen. If so, be careful at this area. Yeah, if this is going to happen, if it is going to break out. So far, just look for sideways market within that flat. Look for buy, because we can see that it is not ready to break down. Yeah, we are having very nice impulsive moves over there. So if this is going to happen, these areas, that is your trade. Okay, that is your trade. And if this trade is going to do something like that, stay in for further upside. All right, so I'm looking for strength on the Uzi dollar. Okay, so we are looking for strength on the USD CAD. I mean, strength on CAD against the US dollar. So slightly gonna be complex for you to understand which pair you need to choose during the I mean, sometimes you're gonna see that Uzi dollar is getting more strength as with compared to the CAD, and USD CAD at the same time is falling, and Uzi CAD is rising. Uzi is rising against the CAD, but on USD CAD is showing strength, pushing the dollar to the downside. So you need to understand that, yeah, which pair you need to choose to get into the market, which is better for you, yeah, which gonna give you high probability trade setup. So that was the high probability trade setup. So we were looking to sell somewhere here, we were adding at this area, so that was a good trade. Okay, so let it complete somewhere here, that is your trade. Okay, if that trade is going to do something like that, stay in, watch that trend line to break out, stay in for longer term to the upside. If not, take off, we are in sideways market, sell it again. I'll try my best to update this chart. Okay, so New Zealand CAD, I don't see there is a nice trade setup, just ignore that pair. Uzi Chief is quite similar like the previous. Okay, so every time when it is coming close to the top, just simply sell that. Yeah, this move may appear over there. Yeah, so on this pair, I'm looking for the Chief strength. Okay, at the Uzi CAD, I'm looking for the Uzi strength, and at this pair, looking for the Chief strength. Yeah, looking for the strength on the CAD Chief, strength on the Chief, looking strength on the USD Chief. Yeah, so looking strength Chief. All right, this trade. So this is the place you need to keep an eye. That is the trade. Okay, so that kind of trade we may see over there. I don't think so this pair is going to go above that, because this is the weekly structure. So 7800 is weekly structure. So sell every time when it comes close to the top. So Euro Uzi dollar, just ignore that. Very corrective. There is no trade setup. So Euro Chief, similar like the previous week. Yeah. similar like the previous week. So watch that top for the short, that top. Okay, that top, that is the trade. So we are having continuation formation on lower time frame. Last week I asked you to look for that, so went into a bigger correction, that bigger correction. Okay, that is your trade. Okay? All right, so if this is going to continue, stay to that trade. So we are running out of time, we need to be quick. So gold, where is the invalidation point? You all know that this is the invalidation point. Yeah, so this trade chart is quite similar like the USD CAD. Okay, watch this area. If a couple of more candles are forming over there, buy it. Okay, so where is the invalidation point? Break below. I'm still thinking that this pair not gonna break down. Okay, so that is your trade. For still look for that trade. Okay, so some of my traders take profit at this area and went for small money for the short because we were looking for one more move in our room on Friday. Yeah, so this is the reversal formation. Every time when it is forming new low up to this level, yeah, up to this level it can come. So if this move gonna be corrective, I'll be still bullish on it. Yeah, I mean in this case it break down, but I will analyze this formation, how that breakdown is going to appear over there. If corrective, I'll be buyer again over there. Yeah, so I'm still looking for the gold to give me a 1300 area. I'm more positive. If you were not there, look for buy again on the gold. Okay, at the bottom. I don't think so that gold is going to go far away. So for longer term, we'll look at this pair next week. So if this is going to do something like that, I don't see there is a trade setup. I don't see there is a trade setup. Yeah, I don't see there is a sell setup. Yeah, it can break down, but I don't see there is a sell setup. Yeah, because we are not looking for the sell within that structure. Yeah, so what it can do, it can get back within that structure. You can see over there, it can maintain that 5-way structure. Okay, so watch the bottom. There is a buy setup. If you missed that couple of times previously, you haven't got the entry at this area. Yeah, so watch this area again. Okay, this area. Couple of more candles, buy. Watch. Let me show you the silver. What kind of trade setup you need to look for? For example. Okay, so I'm still looking for the silver to get back to the top again. You can see over there that kind of breakout you need to look for. That kind of breakout on the gold. Yeah, similar pattern formation. So if silver is going to get back to this bottom, buy it again. Okay, for that move, similar pattern like the previous week, buy it again back to the bottom. Yeah, buy the silver at bottom again. We were looking for that flag to break above and continue back to that top, but broken down because of the news event. Okay, so this area, that is your trade. We have nice impulsive move, continuation formation, break below, we'll choose the buy setup. So bigger structure, we'll look at the next week. Yeah. So for next week, just that is your trade. Yeah. You just don't need to look at any other view. Just look at the one I'm showing you. So oil, no trade setup. Gas, I don't see. Natural gas, I don't see. There is a trade setup. So UK 100 index, I don't see. There is a trade setup. I don't see there is a trade setup. I don't see there is a trade setup on S&P 500. Yeah, so pushing to the upside. Let them push. So once we will see that there is a short-term trade setup or for the longer term trade setup, I update about that trade setup on the trading your Telegram or website. So currently I don't see it is just pushing, so let it push. No buy, no sell. So selling against the stronger trend gonna carry a huge risk. Yeah, so Nasdaq 100, I don't see there is a trade setup, and EU 50, no trade setup. All these are just forming you know corrective candles. So if you want to go for short term buy, watch this area. Okay, at this area, that is your trade. Okay, that is your short term trade. Yeah, you want to do like that. So watch this bottom, that is your trade for short term. Okay, short term upside similar here on the German 30, yeah. Flag was very nice but broken out correctively. Watch these areas. Okay, that is your trade. Something like 127 short, small trade, something like that, yeah. Okay, so keep an eye how that flag appear over there. Search the buy setup for short term. And Bitcoin, I don't see there is anything on the Bitcoin. Yeah, so stay away. Don't try to sell the Bitcoin. Some traders, I told that to my group member as well. You know what they do? They put their tools, something like that, and guess the market. Oh, it is hitting the something like 127 or 618. Oh, that's a big blinds level. Sell it. No, it is not for selling. Just look at that. How strong that move was. Yeah, how strong that bullish move was. So what will you do if you will try to push this pair to the downside? You are trading against the big players. Yeah, big players pushing the market to the upside. Yeah, what you are trying, you are pushing the market to the other direction and trying to trade against them. Yeah, you haven't got a money like them, like big players. Yeah, so you can't trade against them. What you can do, you can trade with them, not against them, with them. Okay, so they are in charge. It can keep pushing. Don't try to sell the Bitcoin. Yeah, from this area we were looking for that big move. We got the short term buy setup on the Bitcoin as well. I have shown you this chart a couple of times ago as well. So you can see over there how strong that move was. Look at that. Still in force. So when there are going to be sell set up, when you're going to see something like that, yeah, then you need to be interested to go for that correcting move. So far, I don't see there is anything. Yeah, so it can reach up to 10,000 easily. The way it is rising something like beast. You can see over there. Yeah, very easily. It can hit to the 10,000 very easily. Okay, so if that is going to happen, what we're going to look for, we're going to look for another continuation formation at this area. You can see over there we have seen continuation formation at this area, and I updated that chart. If that is going to happen, let me look at the lower time frame. If that is going to happen, wait for the price to give you a bigger continuation formation, something like 4-hour time frame, then buy. Okay, otherwise stay away. Yeah, it is very strong. It can easily reach to the 10,000. So let's see. Yeah, I wasn't anticipating that much strong move over there. I was anticipating up to 600 up to this area. Yeah, you can see over there, but the way it is behaving, yeah, here you can see people tried to push the Bitcoin to the downside but failed. Price went above that price behavior. Okay, so still strong to the upside. All right, so what I'm talking about something like that. Okay, if something like that is going to happen, I will post that chart. Buy the Bitcoin again up to the 10,000. Okay, buy and hold that up to 10,000. Easily it can raise to the 10,000 very easily. So we're gonna monitor that, how that correction gonna appear over there. If that correction is gonna appear over there like aggressive, yeah, we're gonna buy crazily over there for the 10,000. We're gonna monitor if that is going to happen. Okay, so we were buying when this was happening over there. If you remember that, my 15-minute chart, and even I posted that 30-minute chart as well. Okay, so something like that we need to search over there in the current price before having that kind of big move. All right, so be patient. So show some patience. So I was telling my traders in my group that we have seen many charts over there on the trading view. You know what, people were trying to guess the chart, looking for that to the downside. Just look at that. This is the corrective move, and the trend was strong. Yeah, and I was telling my trader that price gonna easily reach close to these areas, 7,500. Yeah, broken out. So stay away from the Bitcoin. If I see there is a trade setup, I will post that. Yeah. Or the way I have just given you the example, watch that continuation formation. If that is going to happen, then you're going to get the chance. So Bitcoin, Euro is quite similar like that. So Bitcoin is forming a continuation formation. If you are following me on that pair, there is a trade setup, search that breakout. Okay. This trade setup. Yeah, it is similar like the gold. Yeah, so your buy should be somewhere here. Yeah, you need to keep an eye. If this is going to break down, don't buy that. Watch the price action in this area. That is your trade. Okay, search that. Breakdown, ignore that. There is no buy setup. I will update about that. All right, so other coins I have posted. There are three setup. These two coins you need to keep an eye. Okay, these two coins you need to keep an eye for. Buy. Okay, couple of more candles I think forming. Couple of more bars are forming. Yeah, so still bearish. So couple of more bars can form over there. Okay, let the price sit to this bottom. Yeah, watch that breakout. Okay, that trend line breakout, something like that. You can see over there. Let me show you the example. That kind of breakout you need to watch over there. If that kind of breakout is coming over there, buy. You can see over there this candle or this flag. So a couple of more candles or breakout, aggressive breakout at this area, or wait for the price to form a couple of more candles and give you buy setup close to this area. Yeah, this is the cheap price I think. Yeah, and watch that breakout. That is your trade. So big move we may see on this pair, setting up for that. And this pair is quite similar like that pair. Okay, so sitting price is sitting at this area. I will show you which pair is similar to that this pair. Okay, so that is your trade. Okay, watch this area. Break below, gonna push for a couple of more bars. Will still gonna be a buy setup, something like that trade setup. I have posted dark node chart over there. So this trade setup is quite similar like that. Yeah, dark node I think. Yeah, dark node. Okay, so you can see over there that move. You need to search that move on that pair, on that coin. Yeah, so you can see over there sitting at the bottom. Look for that trade on that pair. Okay, any question, fellows? I think enough for today. We have gone through many pairs, and if I see trade setup on other coins or on other pairs, I will update. So let me know if you have any questions so that we can talk about your question. Okay, so if anyone want to join our group, so you can text me over there on my social site. So where you can get this social sites are under these ideas, or if you want to straight away join from the website, just look at the website and hit the sign up button over there. Okay, oh sorry, let me get back the chart again. Okay, so where are the social sites links? Here are the social sites links. Just text me over there because every week I'm having many requests, people asking me how to join, where to join, what is the process. Just text me over there. Yeah, or just go back to that website, sign up over there. All right. Okay, so here on the home page you're gonna see the hot trade setup. Yeah, I'll keep posting hot trade setup on the website. All right, so you can follow me on Telegram, TradingView, YouTube. YouTube is the best way to understand the trade setup in depth. Yeah, YouTube is the best place to follow me rather than on any other platform, because in weekly market outlook we talk about the trade setup, how to how to trade on them, how to look at the chain information or something like that. So try to to get into the weekly market outlook, yeah, we don't post the charts on the YouTube, but we post the weekly market outlook. That is the best way to understand. If you are new to the Forex or cryptocurrency or stock, then YouTube is the best way to understand the concept which we use. Yeah, so try to follow me on the YouTube as well. That is the best place for you to understand the technique which we use. Or if you want to join the paid group, you can go through the website or you can send me the text. Yeah, so for we're gonna look at those pairs next week. All right. Yeah. So I have shown you almost more than 30 35 trade setup. Yeah. And I don't think so you're gonna catch all those trade setup. Yeah, just catch 4 or 5 trade setup. That's gonna be okay for you. Now you need to choose which trade setup you need to pick. Yeah, so the first trade setup you need to pick for next week is the pound Aussie dollar. Yeah, look at that. Watch the breakout. Very nice trade setup. Pound Aussie dollar. Yeah, that's gonna be perfect for you for short term. Yeah, this chart, this pair. Look at that. Rather than looking at the USD and Turkish lira, yeah, keep an eye on this pair. Okay, so thank you very much for being with me, fellows. I hope you enjoyed that. So did he say where the thought growth? No, we are not looking for the Sarah. We are not looking for the buy or sell on the oil because oil is pushing for short term to the upside. So if I see the trade set up on the oil, definitely I will update about that. Yeah. So we were talking about those pairs which are setting for the next week so that you can make some money rather than wasting your time on those pairs which are not setting up for the trade setup. Yeah. Okay. So look at those pairs which are ready to take profit rather than sticking for the pairs for longer term without or just wasting your time. So thank you very much, fellows, for being with me. I hope you enjoy this weekly market outlook. Yeah, so keep watching the weekly market outlook during the weekdays. Some trade setup, forms after a couple of days, like 2 or 3 days. All right, so thank you very much for being with me. Enjoy your Sunday. And those fellows who are from the group, we'll see you back into the group, fellows. Thank you very much. We'll see you back into the weekly market outlook next week. Have a good day. Bye bye.